we in philanthropy do a better job to support the kind of collaboration and shared learning that grassroots organizations need to grow their movements? In 2019, the Cerdna Foundation Sustainable Environments team set out to better understand how they could be a more participatory grantmaker and partner, and understand grantees' success in a way that holds racial equity as a core element to the outcomes we seek. The following is the groundbreaking process we took to get there and what we learned. Throughout a 6-month period, we met with an advisory committee made up of frontline and grassroots partners and one funder ally to identify best practices, trends, gaps, and approaches in order to design a truly equitable way to evaluate and understand progress. We worked collaboratively to gather information, analyze findings, draft a learning framework, and solidify metrics and indicators. Information was captured from a landscape scan, surveys, interviews, and in-person gatherings with more than 100 grantees, thought partners, and other funders. Building a table of diverse voices is critical to ensuring evaluations are equitable. An equitable evaluation model frames questions in a way that brings attention to the structural and systems-level drivers of inequity, while assessing interventions through a lens of promoting equity. This type of questioning accounts for historic and institutional oppression and policies and practices that impede justice. By engaging with communities closest to the problem, we can understand what milestones they consider progress and how they track those milestones for success. By combining qualitative and quantitative data, we can contextualize outcomes and share that knowledge to build power and strengthen movements' capacity to achieve their vision for a more just and equitable world. Capacity building is often left out of evaluations, but it is critical to supporting power building and collective learning. A truly equitable evaluation process shares power between all stakeholders, regardless of whether they are giving or receiving funding or capital. Moving with integrity, transparency, and curiosity, not objectivity, shifts the power from being solely held by the evaluator and hopefully limits the evaluator's personal bias about what is and isn't effective. While rigor is traditionally used in evaluation to eliminate bias, it may actually exacerbate it. With systematic inquiry, the logic is easy to follow because it is laid out in an honest and transparent way. Now that you have a better understanding about the equitable evaluation process we built with the advisory committee, here are our takeaways. 1. Philanthropy should be a partner in movement building. Funders should not see themselves as a separate entity, but rather a vehicle for change. 2. The field views most foundations as prioritizing transactions over transformation. As a result, most foundations do not understand or value what is really important to their grantees. 3. Since so many efforts are conducted jointly, evaluating an individual organization's progress is challenging. 4. Just as organizations work in close partnership to accomplish their goals, they also learn in close partnership with each other. This collaboration is almost never funded. 5. Supporting existing data gathering will allow funders to meet organizations where they are and capture the knowledge groups on the ground are already curating. We at Cerdna are committed to dismantling the system and root causes that fuel the injustices in our world, and philanthropy's role in perpetuating these injustices. Join us as we help to shift the culture of philanthropy to one that shares power with communities rather than wields power over communities. A culture that understands that funders must follow the front lines as we collectively advance racial justice.